Howdy gamers, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about how Mass Effect is the greatest space odyssey in video game history. Mass Effect is without a doubt a groundbreaking space opera that has captivated millions of gamers and science fiction enthusiasts alike, and its impact on the gaming industry is still being felt to this day. From its initial release in 2007 to the latest installment in 2012, I don't acknowledge 2017. The series has consistently pushed the boundaries of storytelling and character development, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire gamers and developers alike. The premise of the story is a science fiction epic where players take on the role of Commander Shepard, a soldier tasked with uniting a galaxy to face the looming threat of the Reapers, an ancient powerful machines bent on wiping out advanced civilizations across the galaxy. The games explore themes of survival, morality, and unity, offering branching narratives shaped by player choices. These decisions affect relationships, alliances, and the ultimate fate of the galaxy, making it a landmark series of interactive storytelling. But what makes a space odyssey truly great though? Is it the scope of the universe, the complexity of its characters, or the emotional depth of its narrative? The answer, of course, is all the above, but how do you quantify and compare these elements across different series and games? For a space odyssey to truly stand the test of time, it needs to excel in multiple areas, and Mass Effect is certainly no exception. With its richly detailed universe, morally complex characters, and gut-wrenching decisions to be made, it's no wonder the series has become a benchmark for science fiction storytelling and gaming. Take for example how they handle character development. Through its innovative conversation system and dialogue wheels, the game allows players to forge deep emotional connection with its characters, making their relationships feel genuine and authentic. The way Shepard interacts with his squad mates adds a layer of depth to the narrative that's hard to find in other games. A prime example is Garrus, a squad mate with a strong sense of justice. Depending on your influence, Garrus evolves into either a vigilante who takes justice into his own hands, often with violent outcomes, or a hero who respects due process of law. This dynamic growth adds layers of complexity and personalization. On top of that, the trilogy offers a chance to carry romantic relationships across all three games. Whether you pursue a love interest, with best girl being Tali, the depth of the relationship grows with each installment, reflecting the choices and bonds you've nurtured. The ability to maintain or even rekindle a romance makes your journey feel deeply personal, adding another layer to the trilogy's emotional rich storytelling. Another crucial element is the sense of agency and player choice. Do the decisions you make as a player really affect the outcome of the story, or are they just cosmetic? We all know who I'm talking about. In Mass Effect, the answer is clear. Your choices permeate every aspect of the game and have real consequences. They will alter the fate of the entire galaxy to the personal struggles of individual characters. I won't be going to spoilers for the potential new recruits, but for the veterans of the trilogy, I want you to remember the bomb on Vermeer, saving the Citadel Council, the suicide mission, the genophage outcome. In these moments, the full weight of the game's narrative comes crashing down, as the player is forced to confront the consequences of the choices and the sacrifices that must be made to save the galaxy. It's a testament to the power of Mass Effect storytelling that a single scene can evoke such strong emotional responses, and it's the emotional renaissance that sets the series apart from its contemporaries. Mass Effect creates a sense of ownership and investment in the characters and universe by making you feel like you're an active participant in the story. From the complex moral dilemmas to the quiet moments of reflection, the game never lets you forget that you're the captain of the Normandy, and the fate of the galaxy rests on your shoulders. The richness of the Mass Effect universe is another key factor in its greatness. From the ancient Protheans to remnants of the remaining Krogans, the game is overflowing with deep lore and backstory. Every planet, every species, and every character has a detailed history that's just waiting to be uncovered. And yet, despite all this complexity, the game never feels overwhelming or confusing. Take the mission to Ilos, for example. On the surface, it's a simple mission announcing that you reach the climax of the first game. As you unravel the lore, it's become a story of the Protheans' ultimate sacrifice in their desperate attempt to save the galaxy from the Reapers. Facing extinction, they abandon hope of winning their battle, choosing instead to secure a chance for victory millennia later. By leaving behind critical knowledge in the ancient city, they entrusted their legacy to whoever would uncover it. Their foresight and sacrifice transforms Ilos into a symbol of perseverance and hope, making the mission unforgettable. Or looking at the Krogans, at first glance, their violent nature and war-centric culture paint them as antagonistic and brutish. Their history of unrelenting conflict and conquest often earns them disdain even from the player. However, as you dive deeper into their lore and interact with characters like Rex, you uncover a tragic truth. The galaxy condemned the Krogan to despair by introducing the genophage, a genetic disease designed to curtail their population, effectively committing genocide. This perspective explains their Krogan's barrenness and vengeful tendencies, reframing their aggression as a response to unimaginable oppression. Their warrior spirit, once a proud and honorable trait, became twisted by the galaxy's fear and prejudice. Now, was it entirely unwarranted? No, but spending time with the Krogan reveals that they are more than just surface-level brutality. They are people yearning for purpose and survival, shaped by centuries of pain and loss. This transforms them from a one-dimensional antagonist into a profoundly sympathetic and layered race. It's moments like these that captures the emotional depth and complexity of the Mass Effect series, and it's just one of many examples. The gameplay mechanics are also nothing short of player individualism, offering a variety of playstyles to suit any preference. Players can choose to be a soldier wielding an arsenal of firearms to gun down enemies, or an engineer using advanced tech to dispel dismantle shields and armor. For those seeking more flair, the biotic class unleashes devastating psychic-like powers, hurling many black holes at enemies to fling them across the battlefield. Additionally, the hybrid classes add even more depth, blending these classes into unique combinations. This sheer customizability ensures every combat encounter feels fresh and exciting. Its mechanics don't try to overcomplicate things, which allows you to focus on the action. The simplicity thrives in accessibility while still offering depth through customization. Now, there are many great games that take place in space, like Star Wars Fallen Order, Starfield, Halo, and with the only true competitor being Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, but there's a vital component that Mass Effect just dominates in. This is your story. You are Commander Shepard. This isn't just a tale you observe. You are the linchpin of the galaxy's survival. Every decision, every conversation, and every sacrifice is yours to make. Even the smallest ones carries weight and ripples across all three games. Did you save an alien species in the first game? That choice might earn you unexpected allies or enemies years later. The game doesn't just invite you to play, it immerses you completely, ensuring that your journey feels personal and meaningful. The other games I mentioned have aspects of that, but they don't span across three games that deliver a tightly woven narrative made by you that rewards you with a bittersweet ending once you beat the last game and say goodbye to the world you invested so much time into. Mass Effect is undoubtedly one of the greatest space odysseys ever created, if not the only one, with its rich universe, complex characters, and emotional narrative, making it a pinnacle for science fiction and gaming. So what do you think? Do you agree that Mass Effect is the greatest space odyssey ever, or do you think there's another series that deserves a title? Let me know down in the comments. And if Mass Effect didn't pique your interest or you're looking for more narrative-driven games, then I suggest checking out these videos. And as always, if you got any value out of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means a lot and it helps me grow the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, game on.